Hello my friends, I'm Miranda and you're here with Meg Yoga. Today's video is going to be a full-length yoga practice. Lovely session to work your whole body. There will be a little bit of focus on the shoulders and arms, upper back area. If this is your first time practicing with me, I ask that you look in the description below this video and find a link for a separate video called Tips for a Safe Yoga Practice. Please watch that first. For props, you probably won't need any props today unless you are at a very low beginner's level, and that's fine. But if you are a beginner or if you have a lot of tightness, especially in your hips, go ahead and have a yoga block. We're going to go into triangle and twisted triangle pose, so you might need a block to help you steady there in those poses. And then of course you always need that water. So finding a comfortable seat to begin, we're just going to do a little bit of settling in here, and we're going to all find a comfortable position to hold for a few moments as we slow down the breath and begin to fully arrive at this moment. If you would like to create an intention for today's practice, perhaps a goal that you have for yourself or a wish that you have for another, you can create that intention in your mind now, giving a little bit more of a mental focus for your practice. And we will seal those intentions and begin our practice with 3 deep breaths. On the inhale, the arms move in a circle away from the body until the palms touch overhead. And on the exhale, you bring the hands back down to the heart and chant Om if you wish. So bring those hands, Anjali Mudra, palms lightly touching at your heart center. And then exhale, press those hands a little tighter together. Begin. Inhale, arms wide. Palms touch and Om. Second big breath in. And last, deep inhale. Letting your hands hold at the heart for a moment. Breathing in and out. Relax the arms by the side. Gently open the eyes. We will begin in a standing position at the front of the mat. So I'll see you there. Everybody meeting in Tadasana at the front of the mat. Having your arms just relaxed at your side to begin. Your feet are parallel, about hip width distance apart, pointing to the front of the mat. Relax the shoulders, open and back. Soften the face. Just taking a few breaths here before we begin our sun salutations. And then bringing the hands together at the heart. We're going to be going very slowly for this first set. Don't worry. And then the second set will be with our breath, and the third with those little extras in there. All right, so one final breath here. Hands at the heart. Open the eyes and begin. Bend the knees, swoop the arms. First just going up, straight line, Urdhva Hastasana. Drop the shoulders down, giving space around those ears, around the neck. Then looking up at the hands, maybe making little movements here in the fingers and the wrists. Starting to warm up all the parts of our hands and wrists to prepare ourselves. Making a little fun, nice space here. And then with the palms facing each other, inhale, exhale, hinge at the hips, draw the arms forward, you're about halfway in a straight line, and then let it all melt forward into your fold. It's just a rag doll, so really just let yourself be completely loose here. Just maybe you can even do a little sway side to side, bringing a little bit of a kid-like play feeling into this practice. Shaking the head a few times, nodding yes or no, letting that neck relax a bit. And then you're going to come up to a flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. You're going to roll the shoulders up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, pull that core in, keeping that core strong. This is a hamstring opener, but it's also a great opportunity to strengthen our core a bit. Your drishti, your eye gaze, is down at the ground in front of you. Your arms are relaxed, just letting them hang here. Strong cores. Inhale. Exhale. Come back down into a forward fold. And we're going to be working on that left leg first. So go ahead and step that left foot back and come into a high lunge. So here your right knee is over that right ankle. You're on the ball of that back leg, back foot. And you want to have your feet hip-width distance apart, really settling in here in Anjaneyasana, maybe making fists here, strengthening those wrists, pushing down into the mat, or maybe being up on fingertips, whichever you like. Last breath here. And then you're going to draw the hands flat to the earth, opening up those fingers nice and wide. Inhale, lift up that right knee, and exhale, step back to your high plank. So here in plank, you always want to be very mindful of your alignment. You want your fingers spread nice and wide open. Your middle fingers are pointed towards the front of the mat. Your thumbs are stretched towards the opposite hand. You're imagining a straight line from the top of your head down to the heels in your feet. Pulling in the belly. Last breath here is just building up a little bit of warmth. Inhale, exhale. Drop the knees down and then keep those hips tucked up. Draw the chest and then the chin. Keep the elbows close to the body. Close your eyes. Just doing a little small lower back bend here. Squeezing the hips up. And then go ahead and release those hips down to the earth. Hands are under the shoulders. Pushing into the hands, just a half cobra. Just Ardha Bhujangasana. Keep the belly down. Keep those feet as close together as you can, toes pointed back. And for this last moment, go ahead, release the hands from the mat, strengthening our back muscles here. Squeezing the elbows close to the ribs. Just doing a little back muscle engagement here. And then draw the hands back down to the earth. And then very nice and easy, come up to our hands and knees. And just do a few cat-cows, warming the whole body up here. So inhale, drop that belly, look up at the sky, stick the chin forward. Exhale, round that spine, pull in the stomach, looking back between your knees at your feet. Moving through 3 of these. Inhale, drop down the belly, shine that heart forward. Exhale, round the spine. Last one, inhale, moving through to a cow pose. And exhale to cat, chin comes down to the chest. Good, back to neutral tabletop. Going to move to our downward dog next, so tuck those toes under. And on your next exhale, lift up the hips, push down. Lifting up your hips nice and tall, you're going to pedal those feet out. Walk it out here, releasing the calf muscles, getting a nice stretch on each leg. And the last breath, come into stillness. Inhale, left leg floats up to the sky. Exhale, bring it to the front. Anjaneyasana on the opposite side. And here's where we're going to do our little hip flexor warm-up that I love to do on this first set. So you're going to inhale, dip those hips down a little bit. And exhale, pull them back. Straightening that front leg slightly. Inhale, move to the top of the mat. And exhale, drop the head, moving back. Last one, inhale, beautiful opening into those hip flexors. And exhale. Bending that left knee, inhale, step the right foot forward, and exhale, fold. Now from here, you can either maybe pull a little bit on the back of the legs, but try to keep it really gentle. This is still our first set. I enjoy doing an arm bind, where you make space between the ring finger and the pinky finger, put that into the crooks of the elbows, relax the head. But if you like, you can do anything that feels good to you. Maybe bring the arms out to the side or behind you. Just letting our hamstrings open up and holding here for another breath. And then releasing the arms back down if you're in that bind. Bend the knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Drawing the arms all the way up. Palms touch. Now interlace your fingers. Draw the palms out. Stretching into the hands a bit more. Still in this straight line, drop the shoulders a bit. Keeping that pelvis tucked forward, strong line. Release the palms back together. Inhale and exhale. Drawing the hands back to the heart, closing the eyes, finding the stillness of your mountain pose. Last breath before we move to the other side. And now open the eyes and begin. Bend the knees, swoop those arms up. Now moving into a slight cervical back bend. Keep the pelvis tucked forward, the tailbone scoop down. Move those arms back just a little bit for this first one. You're just holding open here, going into a slight cervical back bend. Keeping the pelvis tucked forward so you shouldn't feel any strain in the lower back here. It's just into that upper back area. Breathe in. Exhale. Hinge at the hips again. Draw the arms, straight line to your halfway, and then going into that forward fold. Now from here, if you like, you can maybe do a little bit of a twist action. So maybe walking those fingertips from one side to the other, if that feels good to you. Or perhaps even grabbing the outside ankle with the opposite hand and helping pull you deeper into a forward twist. Listening to your body. Everyone's bodies are different, so you have to respect yours, respect that journey that you're on with yoga. Coming back to center. On that next inhale, making that tabletop back. So squeeze the shoulders up, shoulder blades come together. Pulling in that navel, pulling in the belly button. Arms are relaxed in front of you. You can keep your arms just relaxed here. Or if you want to bring a little bit more engagement into the shoulders, bring the hands to the front of the legs, either below or above the knee, pushing into this. Active core here, great hamstring stretch. Last breath here. And then release the hands. Exhale, draw the hands back to the earth. Stepping that right foot back now, coming into that Anjaneyasana. Settling here for a moment, 90-degree bend on that front knee, straight back leg, feet are hip-width distance apart. Making different hand formations perhaps, pushing into the mat with those knuckles, or being up on fingertips, whichever you like first. And then drawing the hands open to the mat, pushing into all parts of the palms, protect those wrists. Inhale here, exhale, step the left foot back to plank. Holding in the plank here for a moment. Really squeezing in that core. You don't want to be too low in your plank because then you're compromising your back. You're up too high, you're putting too much weight in the wrist. So you really feel a long string from the top of the head to the bottom of the feet. Inhale here. Exhale. You can knees, chest, chin, or just drop yourself slowly down to the mat. When you reach there, hold for a moment, point the toes back, relax the head. With your hips staying low, we're going to come up to Bhujangasana, to a high cobra. Try to keep those hips down. Elbows are close to the body, opening the shoulders and chest, gazing forward. Getting a nice opener here. Toes are pointed back. Inhale, exhale. Release a little bit out of that back bend. You're going to come up to down dog. However you like. If you need to go to tabletop first, it's fine. Or you can just do a push-up. Pushing up here and then moving those hips back. Thinking about drawing the chest back towards the thighs. Your hands are shoulder width distance apart. Your ears are between the biceps. There's your alignment there. You can kind of check. Feet are hip width distance apart. Keep a bend in the knees if you need to keep that back nice and long. If that's what's required, it's good. Do that. Last breath here. And then on your next inhale, lift up that right leg behind you. And then exhale, draw it gently to the front, Anjaneyasana. We're going to be moving into that hip flexor work, of course. So inhale, drop those hips a little. Exhale, move them to the back. Straighten that front leg slightly. Inhale, tip down the hips low, looking forward. Exhale, curve the spine. Last one, inhale to the top of the mat. Exhale towards the back. Bend that right knee. Inhale, step the left foot forward. And exhale, fold. It's our last forward fold. We're going to hold in. So going where you like, if you want to do another spinal twist, or maybe grabbing the backs of the legs wherever you can, and using your arms to get you a little bit further. Relax the head, relax the face. Taking a moment here. And then releasing the hands, bending those knees to take the pressure out of the lower back as we rise up. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Coming all the way. Interlace those fingers, except for those first two fingers, the peace fingers. We're going to do just a small calf raise here, a little leg raise. So inhale, rise up to tippy toes. Strengthening our ankles, strengthening our calves. Getting a little wobbly with me, perhaps. I had a teacher that would say that's like calibrating your body, right, with the wobbly bits. Inhale and exhale. Drop those feet down, hands come back to the heart. Settling into Tadasana. We've got our first set of sun salutations finished. We've been really nice and slow to help the body learn the alignments correctly and open up nice and gently. Our next set is going to be moving with our breath, kind of bringing a little bit more of a vinyasa element in here, so connecting the breath with your movements. We'll be a little bit faster, but I'll still be giving you that lovely verbal guidance. So taking one last deep inhale here in Tadasana. And then open the eyes, bend the knees, swoop those arms up, going into the cervical back bend, opening the arms back. Exhale, draw the arms forward, all the way to Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, draw the hands down to the mat, stepping that left foot back in a high lunge, and hold here for the inhale, getting those palms nice and flat to the mat. Exhale, step back to plank. Stay here for that in-breath. Exhale, take your vinyasa, coming down to the mat on the exhale, swimming through on your inhale, and lifting up those hips to down dog on the exhale. Stay for 3 breaths here. You're still feeling a bit tight in the ankles or the calves. Feel free to walk it out for another few moments. Last breath here. And then inhale the left foot up behind you. Exhale, bring it to the front. Right foot steps forward, and exhale, fold. Bend the knees, inhale, rise up, palms together overhead. Exhale, to the heart. Taking a few breaths. Finding again that stillness, that strength of a mountain, strong and steady. Moving over to the right side, last breath before we begin. Exhale. Open the eyes, bend the knees. Inhale, begin. Swoop the arms up, upper back bend. Exhale, hinging at the hips to a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands come down, plant those palms, step the right foot back. Hold here for that inhale, opening up the fingers nice and wide. Exhale, step back to plank. Stay here for that inhale, and then take your vinyasa. Hips up and holding in down dog for 3. Pushing into the hands, drawing that heart back, looking at the space between the feet perhaps. Just giving a nice long neck here. Last breath. And then the right foot floats up to the sky. Exhale, draw it to the front. Inhale, left foot steps forward. And exhale, fold. Bend those knees. Inhale, reverse. Palms touch overhead. Exhale to the heart. Slowing down the breath, taking a few moments here. Okay, everyone, I changed the angle of my mat just so you could see this direction from the other side, give you a new perspective. So finding that, again, mountain pose for this last breath. And then open the eyes and begin. Bend the knees. Inhale, swoop the arms up, going into that upper back bend. Exhale, coming forward all the way to your forward fold. Inhale. Flat back, pull the belly in. Exhale, draw the hands down to the mat. We're stepping that left foot back and we're holding here, moving into our very first, a little extra bit that I'm throwing in here. Drop that left foot back about 45 degrees, or you can stay up on the ball of foot if you want the balance challenge. And then you're going to swing those arms forward. Inhale, rise up. From here, I want us to do Gomukhasana arms. So whichever leg is in front, the opposite arm is going to be moving to the top. So right leg should be forward, left arm up. So your left elbow will point up to the sky, and then your right arm is going to come behind. The back of your right hand will be at your back. The palm of your left hand will be facing your back. And you're going to grab for the opposite hand. Okay? So just to kind of show you this, you're going to be moving into a formation like this, a hand clasp. If you can't reach, it's fine. Just bringing the one hand back, it's okay. But do have the palms facing in the correct way. Right palm out, left palm to the body. Holding here, inhale. Exhale, release the arms. Coming back, fingertips touching, and then bringing the palms down. Stepping back to plank next. Holding that plank for that inhale. And then exhale, drop yourself to the mat, hold here for another little extra. You're going to bring the hands, make sure the hands are under the shoulder. And then inhale, up to cobra. And now just doing little twists, looking over that left side. Inhale, rise up, looking over at that right. Doing 2 more sets of these. Exhale, pull that right shoulder forward, looking over the left side. Inhale, come up. Exhale, left shoulder draws forward. Last one, inhale up. Exhale, twisted cobra to the left. Rise up. And then over to the right. Coming back to that cobra. And maybe coming up to an upward facing dog so you're on the top of the feet. Now exhale, down dog. Holding in down dog for 3. Again, your biceps should be framing those ears. Last breath. And then the left foot floats up to the sky. Exhale, draw it to the front. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Exhale, fold. Bend those knees. Inhale, rise up. Palms touch. Exhale to the heart. Taking a few breaths, maybe taking some water with me if you like. Getting some little warmth built up in our bodies. Got to get hydrated as well. All right. Holding in Tadasana, last breath here. And then open the eyes and begin. Bend the knees. Inhale, swoop the arms up into the cervical back bend. Exhale, arms come forward to Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, draw the hands down to the mat, step the right foot back and hold here in the Anjaneyasana. Remember, staying up on that right ball of the foot or perhaps dropping that foot at a 45-degree angle if you like, whichever you prefer. When you're steady here, inhale, swoop the arms up like a warrior one to begin. Square the hips to the front. And then your left leg is forward, so your right arm is going to be up. Okay? Right palm comes to the back, left arm swoops out, bring it behind the back, reaching for the other hand, going into this Gomukhasana arm clasp, looking forward, hips are flush with the front of the mat, 90-degree bend on that front knee, squeeze here. Beautiful. Slowly release that and draw the hands back to the earth, pushing into the palms. Exhale, step back to plank. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Elbows are close. We're going to go into a little half Superman motion. So move those arms straight in front of you. Doing a lot of shoulder strengthening today. So we're going to do alternating Superman. So we're going to start with the left hand. So on your inhale, you're going to lift that left arm and right leg up. Exhale down. Drop the head. Inhale, right arm and left leg rise up. Exhale, release. Doing 2 more sets of these. Inhale, left side, and exhale. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale. Last one. Left arm, right leg. Drop it down. And right arm, left leg. And release. Very nice. Bring the hands back under the shoulders. Push into the hands. Draw yourself upward facing dog. And then exhale, down dog. Stay here for those 3 breaths. Really feeling all that beautiful space, that openness, that warmth we built. Pushing those heels back. Last breath here. And then inhale, right foot goes up. Exhale, draw it to the front. Inhale, left foot steps forward. Exhale, fold. Bend those knees. Inhale, rise up. Palms touch. Exhale to the heart. Finding a beautiful, still mountain pose. Shoulders drop, face relax. Very nice. Inhale, palms a little tighter together. And exhale, release. So next we're moving into our balancing pose, which is going to be eagle today, Garudasana. We are still doing a little bit of a focus in those shoulders, so we're doing our eagle. So you can either stay on the mat, or if you feel, some people actually like to do balancing off the mat, where it's more of a firm surface. Whatever feels good to you. If you need to be near a wall, if that feels like you need a little bit extra security today, go ahead and do that. So finding space here, I'm going to be your mirror now, so you can look at my reflection. We're going to start on that right leg. So bringing that left foot back slightly, stepping it back. Wiggle the toes on your right foot. Okay? And you think about like a zipper. You're going to zipper down from the pinky toe of that right foot, opening, bringing the big toe down last. Trying to spread that foot open. And then step the left foot beside it, pick up the heel on the right foot, pull it back. Getting that platform, trying to make as wide a platform as possible. And then coming up on that left big toe. From here on out, I really want you to try to just listen to what I'm saying, and because I want you to keep your eyes focused on something that doesn't move, so not me in this video. So maybe finding a spot on the floor in front of you and just listen to my voice for verbal cues. Okay, so finding that focal point, your drishti, for the next few moments. Start to shift the weight over to the right, so about 90% in your right leg, only 10% on that left big toe. And then you can use your hands if you want to help guide your left leg so it crosses over the right. Bent left knee, cross it over that standing right leg. Start to bend into the right leg so you can maybe cross that left foot behind the right calf. Squeezing everything here. It's a great thigh and glutes and hip workout here. And now since your left leg is on top, your right arm will be on top. So bring the arms out, palms up. Crossing that right arm over the left to make an X. Bending at the elbows and drawing the palms or the back of the hands together. Garudasana arms, pulling up, like lifting those elbows. Squeezing here. Beautiful. Inhale, slowly start to release it all. Release the arms, release the legs, walk it out. It's a really great balancing pose because you're getting the whole body workout, but there is a little extra focus on those shoulders because your arms. All right, so of course we have to do both sides. So now we're working on that left leg. Step the right foot back, wiggle those toes on the left foot, and then zipper them down from the little toe all the way to the big toe. Spreading those feet out. Stepping the right foot beside the left, picking up the heel on that left foot, pulling it back, elongating that foot. And now, pick yourself up that big toe on the right foot, so the right toe, big toe is connected. Finding the place where you will keep your eyes on. Keeping your eyes on one spot really does help you stay balanced better. Balanced mind, balanced body. So finding the drishti, just listening to my voice for the rest of this. And then 90% weight on the left leg, 10% on that right big toe. Picking up that right leg, crossing it over the left, bending into that left knee. Start to sit down in this bind. Perhaps crossing that right foot behind that left calf. And now your right leg's on top, so your left arm is going to be crossed over on top. Crossing the left arm over, making that X, coming into the arm bind. And then lifting those elbows up to the sky. Hold here for a few breaths. If you come out of it, it's fine. Just join back if you can. Or just laugh at it and know you'll try again another day. On that next inhale, release it all. Walk it out, shake it out. It's always important in any pose, and especially balancing poses, that you are able to just kind of laugh it off, shake it off if you fall out of it. It's all about persistence. Persistence will make progress, okay? So next I'm actually going to move my mat back the way that it normally is, getting a little bit better of an angle for you, I hope. We're going to be moving into Trikonasana, so if you need that block, have it nearby. So I want you to be where you're long ways on the mat so your legs can open wide, okay? So start to open those feet nice and wide, about 3 feet apart. At first have your toes pointed to the side of the mat so the feet are parallel. And then I'm going to be your mirror again. So we're going to be working on our left leg to begin. So right foot stays pointed forward. Turn that left foot so that your toes point out 90 degrees. So your feet are perpendicular to each other. The heel on that left foot connects in a line to the middle of that right foot. You want to try to keep those hips square to the long edge of your mat, okay? When you're ready here in the lower body, go ahead, inhale those arms open so the palms face up to begin. You want this expansion throughout your arms, that really feeling of somebody pulling on your fingertips. Keeping this openness, turn the palms so that they face down. Looking over past the edge of those left fingertips. And now, usually if I'm teaching one-on-one, I come around and do this, but I'm not there for you, so you have to imagine. Imagine me coming around and pushing into this left hip, sending it towards the back of the mat, towards that right foot. So you really think about someone pushing into that hip, giving you a beautiful opening into this left leg, working those hips. When you've reached about as far back with the hips as you can go, you're going to inhale here, and then exhale. Drop that left hand where it comes down. It can come down to the top of that left leg. It can come down to the mat perhaps, or if you're really tight and you need that block, go ahead and grab that block for that hand, that left hand. When you find that space, you can hold the left hand to. Swoop that right arm forward, making a circle, drawing it all the way to the top. Trikonasana is such a beautiful, powerful pose. You can understand why it's called triangle from our legs, but this is a great work for your shoulders and arms, of course, as well. If you need to, you can keep your gaze down at the ground, or if you think you have the balance, you want to bring a little bit of a neck twist, go ahead and look up at that right hand. Spreading those fingertips wide on the right hand, really engaging the arm here. Strong arms, strong core. Keep pulling in the belly. Opening up the groin on that left leg. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, start to drop that right hand. We're going to go into Parivruta Trikonasana, which is twisted triangle now. So from here, you're going to draw that right hand to the ground. It can either be on the ground inside of that left leg, or if you want to bring it to the top of that left leg, or maybe to the block if you need. Wherever you need to hold this right hand down. And then when you're stable there, you're going to swing that left arm, either forward and up or just out to the side, twisting over to look up at the left hand. Giving a little twist here. Your feet and legs should stay the same. You're only twisting in that core, opening up the back a bit more, holding there. Fingertips nice and open on that left hand. Inhale. Exhale. Drop the left hand down. And then lifting up that right heel, bending forward over that front left leg. Just for a little stretch, extra stretch here. And then picking yourself up. Moving to Prasarita Padottanasana, which means wide-legged forward fold. So your feet are parallel towards the front. Bring the hands down to the mat for balance if you need. And then just relax the head for a moment. Maybe shake the hips out, releasing those hips, releasing the groin. Just kind of letting it out here for a moment. And then bring the hands to the hips. Use your core. Help pull you back up to a wide-legged pose. How we began. If you do need that block, go ahead and grab it, move it over to the opposite side. Legs are nice and wide, and you're going to start to turn the right foot out now. So turn that right foot out, looking so that that right heel connects to the arch on that left foot. Squaring the hips to the side of the mat. And now open the arms, palms facing up, getting that lovely stretch here. And then turning so the palms are face down to the earth. Turning the head, looking past those fingertips on the right hand. And again, you're going to imagine I'm there, and I'm going to be pushing into this right hip. So start to hinge at that right hip, sending the hip back towards that left leg. Going as far as you can. And then when you've reached your maximum, dropping that right hand down, either to the top of the leg, to the mat, or grabbing, of course, the block if you need it. Finding that place you can hold the hand, and then swinging that left arm all the way forward and up. Both palms, if your fingertips are down, both palms are going to be pointed towards the front. So you're facing out. And then, of course, for that balance challenge, if you have it, go ahead and turn that head, looking up at the sky, up at the fingers in the left hand, making sure you're not collapsing here. Really think about pulling that left shoulder open. Sending your breath to those spots of tightness. One last breath here. Inhale, exhale. Slowly release that left hand down. You're going to be moving into Parivrtta Trikonasana, into that twist. So bringing the fingertips on the left hand down to the mat, or to the top of that right leg, or to the block. At any level, if you want to change up the level, if you feel it wasn't intensive enough stretch with the block, you can always switch it up there. And when your left hand is down, grounded, you're going to inhale that right arm up. So now your right palm is facing behind you, stretching the fingers wide on that right hand, twisting through the back, pulling in the core. Still feeling that beautiful opening on our inner legs here. Strengthening our shoulders, giving space. Last breath here. Really make it work. Peel that right shoulder open a bit more. And exhale. Release that right hand down. Coming up on that left heel, turning your feet so that they both point to the same direction, and then fold over that straight, extended leg. Inhale, rise up. Walk those hands back to your wide-legged forward fold. Your feet come parallel. Drop the head. Keeping the hands to the earth if you need that little balance, or if it just feels good for you. If you want that last little bit of shoulder work, go ahead and release the hands up behind you. Clasp your fingers together, and then pull those hands up to the sky. Don't hold your breath here. Make sure you're letting that beautiful oxygen flow in and out. And on your next exhale, gently release the hands if you were in that clasp, bringing the palms back to the earth. And then bending those knees slightly, taking the pressure out of the lower back. Bring the hands to the hips and draw yourself up. Beautiful triangles, guys. Start to heel toe, bring those feet nice and softly back together. Coming to a standing pose. Next, going to be moving down to our mat for the next part of our practice today. So I'll see you there. We're going to move to tabletop from here. So bringing the hands to the front, shoulder width distance apart. Knees are hip width distance apart. Pushing into the shins on each leg to help draw the weight out of those knees. You're going to start on that left side. So you're going to open the left arm away from the body, palm facing down. And then you're going to swim it through under that right arm, bringing the back of the left hand to the ground. And then start to sit back on your heels so that your arm is coming out perpendicular from the body, and then that right arm is forward. Palm stays down to the ground of the right arm, and then drop that forehead down to the mat. This is Parsvabalasana, bound child's pose. It's a really nice, beautiful shoulder opener. Just want to relax a lot of that work that we've done into the shoulders. Give these beautiful joints of ours a moment to absorb that work that they've done. Taking one more slow breath here. And start to gently unwind yourself. Maybe bring that right hand back to the body a bit to help push the torso up. Bring that left arm out. Opening those feet, push yourself back up to tabletop, Varmanasana. And we're going to be switching over, doing the right side now. Okay? So right arm goes parallel to the ground, palm facing down. And then start to draw it through and under, over to the left side. Start to sit those hips back, bring the big toes to touch, sitting the hips back on the feet. That right arm is out in a straight line away from the body, and then that left hand walks forward. Forehead comes down to the ground. It's a bound child's pose, getting a beautiful opening here into the shoulders. On the right arm, you're going to feel a nice stretch into the triceps perhaps. Space between the shoulder blades. This is a yin yoga pose as well, so it's a very nice pose to hold, to challenge your body to open up in a very gentle manner. So it's nice to incorporate this into a hatha practice. Holding here for 2 more breaths. And then start to walk that left hand back a bit, pushing into the left hand, draw yourself up. Bringing the hands back to the earth, and just for a brief moment, drop yourself to a normal balasana. Hands walk forward. Again, the forehead drops. Just relaxing here for a moment. And now start to walk the hands back to the body. We're going to be moving to a seated position for the next part of our practice. So maybe just going off to the side, like beautiful mermaids, bringing yourself to Sukhasana, cross-legged seat, in the middle of the mat. So you want to have space for your arms to move out, so make sure that you do have space around you for that. Grounding the sit bones down so that your lower body is going to be stable, not moving at all for the next part of this practice. We're going to start, I'll be your mirror again. We're going to start with the right arm. You're going to draw that right arm. So the palm at first is going to face forward, and then you're going to drop the left ear towards that left shoulder. Drawing that left hand up and to the right side of the head. You're not pushing down here, you're not causing too much strain on the neck, but just the weight of the hand. Relax the hand on the head. Feeling a nice opening, obviously, in the right side of her neck. And then keeping this stretch. You just make some little circles here with the arm, doing 6 in each direction. Just bringing a little bit more mobility into the shoulders. And then reversing that direction of the circles, moving back. Nice little relaxing pose here, but bringing a bit of movement into it. Very nice. Relax that right hand, and then release the left. Gently use the right hand to help draw the head back up, supporting yourself here. Arms relaxed at the side. And then extending to the other side. So that left arm will stretch out, so it's about 45 degrees down. And then tip that head, drawing the right ear towards the right elbow. Right hand floats up to the sky, and then rest on the outside of the head. Again, not pushing here, just letting the weight of the hand give you a little extra stretch into the neck. And beginning those circles. Doing nice, slow, controlled movements. Not going crazy or anything. 5 and 6. Pause, and then opposite direction. I always like to imagine I'm underwater when I'm doing these kinds of movements, so I get that nice resistance built in, but it's gentle. Last one, and release. Release that right hand down. Use the left hand to help draw the head up. Relaxing the arms, relaxing the hands on top of the legs. Next, we're going to be moving onto our backs. So a little bit of a challenge here is going to be the reverse tabletop. It's a great shoulders opener and strengthener though, so I wanted to include that in this practice. So just letting your body sit here for just another moment, mentally preparing yourself for that final part. Okay guys, now to go to reverse tabletop, I'm going to take it nice and easy. It's a great pose, but you do want to be a little careful when you go into it. So turning yourself so you're long ways on your mat. Your feet are going to be hip-width distance apart. Very important to be mindful of the alignment of your knees over those ankles when you lift up those hips. You want to try to keep your knees from falling out or going in, and keeping a straight line, engaging all the muscles in the legs. So be mindful of that through this pose. Drawing the hands back so the fingertips are going to be pointing towards the front of your mat. Your hands are going to be shoulder-width distance apart. Squeezing those shoulders open. You're already feeling maybe a little bit of a stretch here. It's great. This is where your strengthening is going to come in. So you can kind of play with this. We're going to come up and come out of it 3 times. So don't worry if you don't get it where you feel good on the first set. You're going to have 3 chances. Yay. So begin to push into those feet. Push into the hands. Fingers are open wide. Inhale. Start to lift up the hips. Your head can drop back slightly. Don't let it fall too far back and pinch your neck. Inhale, squeeze here. Exhale, slowly release. Release the hands, letting the back of the hands come, just pressing a little wrist release there. And then opening the palms back to the mat. Fingers spread wide. Make sure your feet are in a good alignment. Your knees are where they should be. Looking forward, opening up those shoulders back. Inhale, start to rise again. Push into the feet and the hands. Draw those hips up. Relax the head a bit. Squeeze here. Inhale. Exhale, drop it down. Slowly control movements, don't flop down. And then bring the back of the hands into little wrist release. All right, pivoting those hands, bringing the palms back to the earth. This is the last one. Really make it count, okay? So pushing into those hands and feet, open the shoulders. On your next inhale, draw yourself up. Squeeze yourself, bring yourself reverse tabletop. Head drops back slightly, no tension in the face. Pushing into the hands, pushing into the feet. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the core. Inhale and exhale, nice and gentle. Coming back to the earth. Beautiful. Swing those arms around. I want you to bring those toes to the back of the wrist. So your hands are going to come under the feet and stretch here, stretch into those wrists. Maybe walk the feet a little bit closer if you need to get your hands under the feet. Just doing a little wrist work, release. Very nice, guys. Reverse tabletop, it can be very difficult for some people, but it's such a great, like, building up strength in the chest, building up strength in the shoulders. So next we're going to go to one more pose before our beautiful Shavasana. We're going to go to bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. So bringing yourself down to the mat, but not to Shavasana, not yet. Stay with me just for this last beautiful bit. Making sure that your head can connect to the ground, so releasing a ponytail if you have your hair tied up like that. Getting the back of the head connected. And then bringing your feet so that they're pretty close to your booty. You want to be able to touch the fingertips to the heel So you have your feet a bit close, but still hip-width distance apart. Hands come beside the body, palms facing down, arms are straight. Check that your back is nice and straight here. And then you're going to inhale, push into the feet, lift those hips up, keep the shoulders down. This is an inversion, really great if you are having any thyroid issues. This kind of helps draw some blood, some focus to that thyroid area. This is one of those nice benefits. And it's just a beautiful strengthener through your core without being too rough of an inversion. So if you're here, you can always stay here with the palms down to the mat. Or if you want, for that final little modification, you can go into a hand clasp. Start to draw the arms under the body, drawing that chest open, clasping the fingers behind your back, interlocking those hands, drawing the chest up. Close the eyes. Really think about keeping your ankles, your knees in alignment so your knees are not falling open. If you need to relax down to the mat, you can do that for a moment and then come back up when you can. And then slowly, if you're in that hand bind, just release the hands, bring the arms back beside the body, fingers spread wide for these last few moments in bridge. Inhale. And now, slowly start to release yourself from the top, moving down the spine. Lumbar connects last. There's that tailbone. And release. Release the legs one at a time. Extending those legs out straight. You want to have your feet wider than your hips. Letting the feet fall open so the toes are pointed out so your feet can be fully relaxed. Your arms come beside the body. Palms are faced up so that you can let those shoulder blades connect to the earth behind you. Of course, if you need a pillow or a blanket, you can go ahead and grab that now if it helps you get into a more comfortable, beautiful Shavasana. Did a lot of beautiful little poses, nice strengthening, nice opening. So we really want to allow ourselves the next few minutes to relax, to absorb all that beautiful work. Giving your mind this time. If you do find that your mind starts to wander, thinking about the future, the past, that's normal. Don't get mad at your mind. Just notice it and then come back to the present moment by paying attention to the breath, paying attention to the sensation of the ground beneath you. Feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you like. Or if you're ready to come out, start to move the hands and the feet, just bringing small motions into the fingers, the toes, making wrist with making circles with the wrist and the ankles. It's a very good Shavasana. Alright, and then bending the knees one at a time to bring the feet to the earth, close to your glutes. Keeping the eyes closed still, begin to roll onto the right side. So your right shoulder and right hip come down to the earth, making like a fetal position here, and then bringing that left hand to the ground in front of your torso. On your next inhale, still with those eyes closed, begin to push into that right upper arm and the left hand. Draw yourself up nice and slowly to your final seated position today. Taking it easy here. Maybe coming to just cross-legged Sukhasana. Or maybe into a half lotus, Ardha Padmasana, or even a full if you're feeling nice and open in those hips. Wherever you can hold for these last few moments, sit down. Bones are grounded. You're sitting up nice and tall. And then remember, if you did make an intention, remember that intention for your practice now. Feeling immense gratitude to your body for listening to what you wanted it to do, for doing its best, and then giving thanks to your mind for making the decision to join me for today's practice. And of course, sending lots of gratitude to that beautiful heart, the center of you, where all the love and good is received and given. Remembering that intention, feeling very happy in all our work done. We'll finish our practice with those 3 deep breaths. And at the bottom of that last one, bowing slightly if you wish, and finishing with Namaste. So hands come together at the heart. Exhaling fully. Inhale, rise those arms coming all the way up. Palms touch overhead and Om. Om. Second big breath in. Deep breath in. Enjoying that beautiful vibration the Om creates. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me. If you did like this video and you would like to leave a bit of feedback, hit that like button or subscribe. I would obviously appreciate it so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.